Hi, FlossTube.
Hi, FlossTube.
I'm Jane.
I'm Chris.
And we are BosStitchers. Welcome to episode 18 on Saturday, April 10th. It's a beautiful spring day here in the Boston area, so hope you guys are having a wonderful day too. Chris, what'd you do today?
Well, it was a beautiful day here, Jane.
Yeah.
And Jane and I had a beautiful day inside at our LNS.
Yeah.
And I was really happy to be back. I haven't been back in, I don't know how many months.
Yeah.
Certainly haven't been there in 21 anyway. And I'm celebrating being 2 weeks plus out from my second vaccine. So it was the triumphant return today.
Yes.
We had a great time. There was a good crowd there, and Randy in our LNS is the World in Stitches in Littleton, Mass. Mm-hmm. And she had loads of tempting projects there, as always.
She's gotten a lot of new stuff in.
A lot of the Needlework Expo projects and...
Yeah, it was really a fun day. So, beautiful day. We didn't see much of it, but we're filming now, so we're going to go out and enjoy the rest this afternoon. So, I think I will throw out the first stitch.
Oh, you got, yep, that's fine.
Okay.
I would ask that, but...
All right.
I mean,
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out the first stitch. All right. As you may have heard, we should say, for those returning, thank you for coming back. And for those new people, we hope you like us and will stick with us for a little while anyway. But for those who have seen us before, I am doing No New Starts 2021. And the Facebook group does these challenges during the year. And one of them now that they had was a riff-off. And if you have ever seen the movie Pitch Perfect, it's a movie about a cappella groups. And a riff-off is where you get a subject, somebody starts a song, then they sing part of the song, and then another group jumps in onto like the last word of that song, and then it goes on and on with people adding on to the last word of the prior song. Anyway, the riff-off for stitching was a theme was started, and from that theme, you had to stitch at least 200 stitches on each project. Mm. But you go from project to project, and you could do 10 projects, 20 projects, or 30 projects. Mm. I did 10, so I'm going to show you what I was able to accomplish.
I'm dying to see these.
So each one has a connection. So the first one so the word was laughter. And I started off with this project. It's a Keepsakes Classics. It's called Hey Diddle Diddle. And the little dog laughed.
At the moon?
To see such sport.
Oh.
Right? And the dish ran away with the spoon?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I unfortunately don't actually have the project with me. I forgot it at home.
So we have to take your word for it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah.
200 stitches.
So I was working on the moon, and I finished the moon. So then I'll give you that.
Sure.
And then from there I went to dog. So then I went to Dog's Declaration.
I love this one.
By Ink Circles. And let me see here. Just bear with me a second. I haven't gotten too far on this. This is the first time I've picked it up even since I put my first 200 stitches in it for No New Starts. So I just started on the L for life. Like I said, haven't gotten too far. This is on 36 count linen in the color Tycho from Picture This Plus. And I'm using the called for Valdani threads.
Those are lovely.
And they are, yeah, they're very nice to work with.
I love this Edinburgh linen too.
Yeah. So then, kept with the dog theme, and I moved on to Lamplight Trio by Whitley Julep Designs. And they're the 3 beagles singing. And
You are sing?
Oh, yeah, more than I'd like some days. So I have, this is on 32 count Belfast. It's called Over the Moon by Color and Cotton. And I put in I've almost finished one of the dogs.
Very nice.
And from there, I said that the dogs were singing the 12 Days of Christmas.
Ah, good thinking.
So I moved on to the Mill Hill Jim Shore. This is the 12 Days of Christmas.
Making me feel guilty, Jane. Jane and I had a cross-stitch challenge of working on our respective 12 days.
Neither one of us met that challenge, so don't feel guilty.
It's always next year.
I had finished the first day of Christmas with the partridge in the pear tree.
Oh, that looks great.
And this is on 32 count Lugana in the colorway Cream from Silkweaver. It's a very nice fabric. So I had finished the partridge and I had moved on to the second day, turtle doves, and I put in really all of the blue for my 200 stitches. And that was fun. Every time I picked up one of these, I'm like, oh, I gotta get back to all of these.
It more, right?
So because I worked on birds, I went to then birds. And this is a Heritage Crafts chart, Birds of a Feather. It's called Hanging Around. And this one is on a 32 count even weave. It's just a white fabric. And here I am. So I had, let's see, what did I put in? I put in the dark branch and a little bit of the big owl. All right.
I like the colors in that.
It's fun to work on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, but this one has a lot of, blends. There's all kinds of blended colors, and then I don't know what you call. Let me see if I can find a spot here. So there's ones that they're half stitches, but they're like half full stitches. So you're only doing like the top part, like if you're doing over 2.
Okay.
So you're only doing like the top part of the stitch.
Corner?
Yeah, but it's part of the, you're doing a full cross, but it's only if you're looking at like the 4, you're only doing like the top part.
Okay.
Or you're doing like the side portion of it. There's a lot of stitches like that. I don't know what those are called really, but they're not half stitches because you're doing a full cross, but
have to pay attention, in other words.
Yeah. So that one's one that you do have to pay attention. So that was an owl project, and I went to Thanksgiving, Mr. Owl. This is Barefoot Needleart. And this one is a 32 count linen. It is Vintage Blue Whisper. And you still can't really tell what the heck this is, but that is
An owl to
200
be.
stitches, and an owl to be, yes. And there's not a lot of stitching
No, there
in
isn't.
this, so
Yeah. Plenty of time to get that done for Thanksgiving.
definitely. So, let's see, then I kept on the Thanksgiving theme and went to Pilgrim Fathers sailing from Delfshaven. See how these are all fitting together really nicely?
They really are. I'm
So-
very impressed. And it wasn't like you could just pick from your whole collection. It's you could all.
Yes, these are ones that I had already started. Yep.
Yeah, that's impressive.
They worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is done on a 32 count Belfast linen, April showers by BeStitchMe.
That looks great.
So I got most of this building done. Still has some a little bit in there, and there's a windmill here. I got the base of the windmill and a little bit of the water.
Very nice. Another one that will be ready by this next Thanksgiving.
Okay. All right, so then I decided that, well, the Mayflower is a sailing vessel.
True.
True.
Yes.
And the Ark is a sailing vessel. So
On a ship theme.
Yep, so I went to my Stoney Creek. This is called the Ark. And
This is one very impressive stitch.
this is one that I've been working on for a long time, and I need to just get it done and over with. But there's still, I've done a lot of stitching. There's still a lot to go. So I'll try to hold it back here a little bit.
Wow.
So most of this side is done. I still have to go back and do the back stitching. You can kind of see the arc coming in here. For my 200 stitches, I just went down here and I just worked on some of the water. There's a lot of color changes, and as you can see, there's still quite a lot of white space that still has to be filled in. This is a full coverage piece, so I want to get back working on this. The other thing about the No New Starts, this challenge, was there was a list of words that were bonus words. So if you had any of these bonus words in your project, you kind of get an extra point, or you get something else thrown in the hat for when they start picking prizes. This is the only project I had that had one of the bonus words, and the bonus word was elephant. So I have an elephant.
Ooh, okay. That looks lovely. All those similar browns, that is not an easy stitch.
Yeah. It looks kind of easy because it's like a lot of straight lines, but
then
it's
there's
a
all
lot
the
of change.
detail,
Yeah, it's a lot
yeah.
of changes. So, arcs
Yes.
sail on the ocean,
Yes.
right? So I went to Ocean. This is a dimensions kit, and this is a kit that I've said previously in a video that I'm not really that fond of. I don't like the fabric. I don't really enjoy stitching on it, but I've decided that I probably will finish it anyway. So here's what I have so far. So getting the chair in, got a little bit of the tree in.
Made good progress.
Yeah, I put a lot of the chair in for my
Yeah.
200 stitches. But
That'll
it's
be
just
a nice
not
summer
a.
stitch when you're done.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's not that enjoyable to stitch on though.
Yeah.
But I'm sticking with it though.
Yeah, that's right.
And then so that was 9, and then
Glad someone was keeping count.
And then number 10 was fish swim in the ocean.
Right. Right.
So I went back to my Stoney Creek. This is Nature's Best for the Bath. I'm doing this project here. And this is actually the project that I worked on today at our LNS. And I got,
Oh, You've done quite a bit on that since last time, Jane.
Yeah, so I got a lot of this fish done since the last time, and I put in most of this fish. I did a lot of the fill-in stitching today at our LNS.
I love those
And-
fellas.
Yeah, this is fun to work on. It's bright. And so that took care
That was
of
number 10.
Yeah, that was number 10. That's on
you're-
a 28 count even weave.
You're in the
And-
raffle.
Yeah, I am in the raffle. Yes, I am. And but I have one more whip, and that is because I'm working on Let Freedom Ring, and I'm doing 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes every day on this project.
And I love seeing the progress on this one.
And so since the last time, I worked on the bottom a little bit more. You hold that side?
Sure.
So wrinkly. I'm not sure if I had this in
I don't
the
think you
words in
did,
the last
no.
time. So I put in the words, the 1776. I put a lot of the horse in, and then I started. There's a border at the bottom with oak leaves and acorns. I started putting that in, and I should show you the pattern.
That looks terrific.
This is from Lila's studio.
And you still working the 30 minutes a day?
Yes, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of days I work on it a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's-
You're making great progress.
It's very fun to stitch.
How many days are you up to? Do you know on the 100 days? Roughly?
I don't know, but the 100 days ends
Land.
April 29th.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
yeah.
All
So,
right.
yeah, so what is that? That's...
So just a couple of weeks short of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
75,
you'd think one of
75
us
days
could
maybe,
do math,
something,
wouldn't you?
75 days maybe, something like that. So,
Phew.
so
You've been
those
busy.
are my whips. Yeah.
Jane, you're a hard act to follow.
I did a lot of stitching, but there's not, 200 stitches doesn't get you very far on a project.
Yeah,
I mean, the
it
idea
kinda-
is
kinda
just to
motivates you,
kind of,
though,
the idea is just
yeah.
kind of work on them.
Yeah. That's fun though.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
actually we can talk. I was thinking about what I'm gonna do for Mania, so we can talk about that for when we get to plans. But I have some other
Okay.
thoughts about my whips.
All right.
Okay, whips for you.
Now I'm embarrassed, but well, I have a couple of little things here. Oh, sorry. So last time, last episode, I had been working on this Twin Peaks primitive project, skating on the pond. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned how I was disappointed that I had bought this in a kit from TPP Limited Exclusives shop. And hopefully that kind of comes true, that it was the picture is on a rather dark piece of fabric, cappuccino. And, as I said, I'm sure that when I purchased the full kit from the shop, that they did not claim they were sending that, but what was included with it was dirty aida. And I was disappointed with the results. It really pops on the darker piece of fabric.
Yeah.
And I found this one rather underwhelming. So Pam of Just Keep Stitching, who we all know, she kindly contacted me and said that she thought that I should contact the owner of TPP Exclusives, Diane, and mention that I was disappointed and that she thought Diane would do anything she could to make it right. So I took that suggestion, and Diane kindly offered me one of two fabrics that were closer to what was pictured in the booklet. And I went with pearwood, a color in cotton. fabric.
It's pretty.
So it is pretty, and I am anxious to restart this, and I think I will be much happier on, this is a 28 count lugana, and I think I'll be much happier with the results on this one. So
That'll look nice on that.
I'm grateful to Pam and Diane for that suggestion. And my only other very small whip is yet another Pine Mountain kit. And I am have been addicted to these quick finishes, and I am going to move on from that, but I had to get in Springtime in the Village. As I mentioned before, I do not have I don't tend to do spring stitching that often. So I came across this one, and
That's nice.
it was, of course, all kitted up, since that's the way you purchase it. And a quick
You're almost
stitch.
done.
Yeah, I am. I actually has very, very little to
Yeah.
finish some of the house, another cloud or something.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
That's great.
Was a good one to have at our LNS today when I was probably busier talking than stitching.
Well, you had a lot to talk about.
I had a lot to catch up on, so that worked out well. So that's it for me for
Okay.
current whips.
All right. But
But it's
Chris is the queen of FFOs this week.
it really is a banner day. 3 FFOs. That was just might be a once in a lifetime. So excuse me for a moment while I reach over here. First, I'm going to start out with Winter's Eve by Prairie Schooler that I have talked about many times. I finished one of these last year and liked it so much I did it again. But this one is really gorgeous thanks to our finisher. She did a lovely job with this, and I just really love it. She put in a couple of adornments as well, the shining star and a little doorknob on the door that I just love. And this is definitely
cute.
going in my Advent box that I'm trying to gather. A lot of little presents for my daughter. And then I had 2 other finishes, FFOs. And I had showed both of these recently as
your
finishes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry there's some glare off there. These are both from the Let's Talk series from Hands On Design. And this is Winter, which is my favorite, I think.
If I can get it this way.
And I am so pleased with the framing job on this. This was just what I had pictured from the beginning that I wanted was an older looking white frame.
Yeah.
And I think that will really pop.
It looks great.
So that was fun to get back.
Yeah.
And then I have fall.
Yeah.
So these
Tilt
were,
it.
well,
It's
yep,
tilted
thank
that
you.
way
Yeah,
just
yeah, that's a little
bit.
better
There you go.
without the glare.
Yeah.
These were fun stitches. Won't be in any rush, I guess, to hang up either of these. But I think I mentioned in a previous episode that I hadn't intended to do all of them, but I don't really have any seasonal stitching series. So I was motivated to get the new spring, Let's Talk Spring, that came out, and that's will be part of my plans.
Yeah. I have one FFO back from the finisher. This is I've showed this. This is Beach Dance from Lindy Stitches,
That's so much fun.
and so I'll just show you. I can show you the back. So Stephanie's finisher finished it as kind of like a little needle book. You can see it's folded here and then opened, and there's a pin and place for your scissors. So I showed that to my finisher, and this is what she came up with. And this is a little needle book. Well, it's actually a little notions.
Yeah. It has so much
pouch,
all
I
in
guess.
one.
Yeah. So she put this really pretty pearl button on it, and you open it, and inside is the felt, so I can put my needles in. Also put my orts on, and then this I love that she put this little
Claw?
hook here so that you can put your needles in there. I mean your scissors on there.
That is so clever.
So yeah, and
everything fits perfectly in there.
It does, yeah. And this actually comes apart, so the fabric. Look at the fabric that she used.
Wow. That just totally makes
Yeah.
the colors
I mean,
in yours
look
pop.
just hold that.
Yeah.
You know. And she finished the back too, so that you could fold them together, and if you wanted, you could have different themes on your needle book. So I love this.
What a great job.
Yeah, I love it.
Beautiful stitching as well.
Beautiful stitching, comes with she put a little snap on there. And
Is that Lady
the
Dot
whole
trim?
thing. This is Lady Dot trim. This came with the pattern. So it came with some trim and a piece of felt and some of the specialty threads for the project.
Very
I
nice.
just think that's so cute. So I'm very happy with that. All right. I think that takes care
Little
of.
haul?
I have a very little haul. Yeah. Would you like me to go first? or-
Well, yeah, you're the only one to go. As
Okay.
Jane is doing no new starts,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
on a limited spending year, and I stuck to it this time. So
All right.
haul's all yours.
Even today, huh?
Even today, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
A couple of skeins of DMC, and yeah,
Okay.
I was strong.
Yeah. So first, let me show this. This is one of those save the stitches. I was in a thrift store just looking for some frames, and I saw this, and this was done by it looks like AE in the year 2000. Kind of looks like a bent creek, I think, to me.
Yeah. Jane and I were commenting on what a great framing job it is there.
Yeah, it is for this.
So
Yeah,
nice
it's a little
and
small
tight
thing,
and
and yeah, it's really
yeah, and that frame fits it perfectly.
yeah.
You'll find a lot of
Yeah. So anyway, that's a save the stitches.
Yeah. Thanks, Jane, for doing that. Doing your part.
I found this on eBay. This is called Noah's Ark Sampler, 1826.
Ooh, you couldn't pass that one up.
Nope, couldn't pass this one up.
Who's the designer?
The designer is Irina Gorina. Iryna. Gorina, Gorina, and her name is the Lady in Thread.
I take it maybe she's no longer designing.
This was let's see, the copyright on this is 2010, so maybe.
Yeah.
And then the
Don't
only
mind
other
it,
two
though.
things I got my number 4 installment for Let's Go Sledding, the ornament club that I'm in, from Crazy Annie's Stitchin', and these are Annie B's folk art. So this is number 4.
Love those. Love Rudolph.
Yeah. And then the other club that I'm in is the Tales from the Sea. And this is Fragments in Time. And I got numbers 3 and 4. So there's number 3, the Kraken. And here's number 4, the House. And they actually, they come with some Lady Dot Creates trim. This is called Carob.
Those will be a fun stitch next year.
Yes, next year.
Next year.
Can't start anything now, but
Right.
next year. Next year I'm gonna do all the smalls.
Oh, okay. That'll keep you busy.
Yeah.
Well, between that club and the sleds. And
Yeah. Keep me out of trouble.
Yeah.
Keep me off the streets. I think that is it. It's kind of a short one.
Plans, you
Short
think?
one today. All right, so my plans are to keep stitching on Let Freedom Ring. My other plans are to look at the No New Starts challenges and see if there's anything there that I want to start or challenge myself with. And I've been thinking about Mania.
Ooh, what
a
are you
little
thinking?
bit. So I started out the year with 49 whips. Completed 3, so I have 46 left.
Wow, okay. You had 49 for this year to work on?
Mm-hmm.
You got those all in and under the wire?
Yes, yeah.
Impressive.
So 49 whips, I have 46 left
Okay.
to work on. I touched a lot of them already, especially since with this last challenge I touched, a bunch more.
Right.
Some that I hadn't touched since the beginning of the year. So I was thinking that for Mania, I would make sure that I touched every single one of my whips.
Okay.
And so there's 10 here. I don't know how many I've actually touched this year so far, but however many I haven't, I'll kind of work it into the 30,
Schedule.
31
Yeah,
days
yeah.
somehow. So that in Mania, by the end of May, I will have worked on all of my whips that I have left.
Well, I haven't used as much forethought as you, Jane. But you're now getting the wheels turning.
Okay,
I think I'm
all
going
right.
to have to come up with a
All right.
Mania plan, too.
Definitely, yeah.
In the meantime, I'm just going to finish my little Springtime in the Village
Good,
pillow.
good.
As I said, I did just receive Let's Talk Spring, so I think I'll start on that. I'd love to restart skating on the pond, but I'm not feeling it for winter stitching now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because it's 70 plus degrees out today.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
I'm going to try to
Well, that's kind
knock
of
off another spring.
That's kind of the way I was with the riff-off is, from 12 Days of Christmas, I could have gone into my Christmas projects.
Right.
But I was thinking, I'm thinking too, maybe we'll do Christmas in July.
Oh, yeah. I thought about the Christmas
So-
in July because I have loads of, you were talking about smalls, and I have all the other Prairie schoolers that I want to do. So, yeah, I'm definitely feeling it for Christmas in July.
Yeah, so rather than go to my Christmas projects now, I was thinking about saving
Concentrate
those.
on the others. Yeah.
Except if I'm going to touch everyone in Mania, then I'll be working on those anyway. But I decided to go.
We'll just get you in the mood.
I decided to go a different way.
Yeah.
So,
That's great.
let's see. Oh, I have one other piece of haul, and this was my Let Freedom Ring project was in this, but I took everything out so you could see how cute everything is.
It is adorable.
This is, I think I talked last time that on the Studio 88 West Etsy shop, she had a bag that is Looney Tunes, and I had to buy that bag, so I just love it.
Sure did.
Yeah. So
Sylvester will go in there?
Yeah, Sylvester is going to have to go in here, and the little charm is Bugs.
That's a great one.
Yeah. So
That's
that
really cute.
I almost forgot about that, but yeah, I had to. I had no choice. I had to get that.
You're right.
So. I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so.
Kind of a short one. But we kind of blew through those pretty quickly. Because you're having company.
We're on a bit of a time pressure today. The end of January, beginning of February, I heard about a pizza oven. Not your major built-in backyard project, but tabletop. And that they were a really hot pandemic item. So it was my husband's birthday, and I don't know, however many holidays I could roll into that. So I asked my kids, wondering if they had ever had it. I don't know that they did, but everybody was all in that this was a great idea. So I bought it, and they are indeed a hot item. So we waited 3 months, I guess, and well, I guess not quite, 2 to 3 months. Anyway, the pizza oven arrived last weekend. So my kids are coming over, and they're both making batches of dough, and I bought all the fixings. So they're going to be arriving shortly as we fire up the oven. It gets up to 900 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that pizza's going to be done pretty darn quick once it gets in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think we'll have to eat pizza practically every night now this summer to make this a worthwhile investment. But
especially since you waited so long for
exactly.
it. Well, at least it's outside. You could.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Like they won't heat up the house,
that's
right?
Yeah. So excellent.
That's the plan
All
there.
Right. So Chris has got to go eat pizza, and I have to actually go home and feed my dogs.
Oh yeah, they're going to demand that.
Thanks for stopping in, and we will see you again in about 2 weeks. So until then, happy stitching and take care.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for watching. Bye-bye.